Hello wrestling fans, the Wrestling Wizard here and welcome to another video. Now I've got to admit, I was a little bit disappointed. I was hoping Alexa Bliss was going to return to WWE at either Survivor Series or on Monday Night Raw the night after. And we didn't see either of those. I was optimistic, I was hopeful that she was going to get involved in the Becky Lynch-Charlotte Flair matchup at Survivor Series, cause a distraction and get a revenge on Charlotte Flair. Because of course the last time we saw those two in the ring together, Charlotte Flair, safe to say, destroyed her much beloved Lily doll. That didn't go down well, she had a mini meltdown, and of course that was the last we saw of her within WWE. Now in real life we know she went away, had sinus surgery, and is spent up until now resting up, recuperating and recharging her batteries, which is understandable. We've got to look at it from a human standpoint. WWE performers literally put their health on the line for us, just merely to entertain us. So she wants to take time away to recover. She deserves it. She is absolutely smashed it out the park when it comes to giving 100% with her performance. Yes, there's some critiques along the way. You know, it's not her fault. The whole Bray Wyatt situation interrupted the storyline and the chemistry they had between those two, and they had to change course for a little while. She's done what she's told, and she's done really well with it. Like, understandably, she said many times that she's having fun with this dark gimmick, and kudos to her. Like, she's absolutely a fantastic performer. I've said this many times in many videos before. She's literally like a Hollywood actress as well. She looks the part, she acts the part, she deserves so much more. And this is why, in my opinion, the women's division is missing Alexa Bliss, as much as the men's division is missing Bray Wyatt. Unquestionably. It's quite ironic that those two missing and the product's just not the same. It really isn't. So it begs the question, when is Alexa Bliss going to return to WWE? How long are we going to have to wait? Now it would be very, very unlikely. It'd be purely just for merchandise reasons to bring her back this year. Because if they bring her back this year, they're obviously going to push the Lily dolls down our throats and sell more and more of that dark gimmick and the merchandise that's associated with that. But in terms of the character build, revamping that character, coming back with something fresh and new, something exciting, and having a genuine storyline build, it pays to wait. Now, if we look at Survivor Series, I thought she was going to come back because she could interfere in the matchup between Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair and go after a SmackDown superstar. Because Survivor Series, of course, is cross-brand. So that's the place if you're going to have a rivalry with someone on another brand and set up some heat for a future matchup or rematch, that's the place to do it. Now, Alexa Bliss is now, when she returns, is, as far as we know, on Raw. Charlotte Flair's on SmackDown, so they can't continue that storyline. She can't get her revenge. But the Royal Rumble, you may have heard of it, is in January. And of course that, I think, is the logical way to bring back Alexa Bliss. She deserves a Royal Rumble victory. She's never had one before. That immediately propels her back into the main event. And in my opinion, Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair are missing a wrestler with the caliber of Alexa Bliss as an opponent. And Alexa Bliss could go for Charlotte Flair. It would make sense. Even though they're on separate brands, in theory, the winner of the Royal Rumble gets to choose what title they go for. So she could get a revenge and go after Charlotte Flair. Now, one thing that lately it's really got tails waggling is Bray Wyatt, Wyndham Rotunda, we should refer to him now, is going to be in Dallas, Texas, over the WrestleMania weekend, because he's going to appear at WrestleCon. WrestleCon, if you haven't heard what that is, basically a huge wrestling convention where former WWE superstars and independent circuit wrestlers and indie wrestlers, same thing that is, by the way, all over the world meet up, sign autographs and interact with fans. Now, get me on that plane because I'd love to meet Bray Wyatt in person. If he's going to be there, that'd be absolutely amazing. But people are linking this with WWE. I wouldn't read too much into that, but how amazing, just for pure fantasy, would it be to reignite the two together? Alexa Bliss and Bray Wyatt back in WWE. That would be like dreamlike, wouldn't it? Imagine Bray Wyatt coming back and winning the Rumble, and Alexa Bliss coming back and winning the Rumble, and they both stand at WrestleMania with their head held high with both the titles. We can dream for a second. We know that's not probably going to happen. But the Alexa Bliss thing could happen, and arguably it should happen, because in my opinion, the women's division is super, super weak at the moment. Simple as that. And it was clear as day on Monday Night Raw when Becky Lynch delivered an absolute fire promo. No one can touch her. She is streaks ahead. In the ring, on the mic, her character is just so over. Even as a heel, you want to cheer her because she's just too cool. Liv Morgan's coming up as a contender. Liv Morgan, in my opinion, needs a good year of being built up as a genuine threat. She's not on Becky's level on the mic. She's not on Becky's level in the ring, I'm afraid. Put her up against Becky Lynch. It's no contest, in my opinion. Charlotte Flair, till Bayley gets back. Who's taking her on? Like, legitimately. Yes, you got Sasha Banks. You had Bianca Belair until you obviously put her on Raw. The SmackDown competition is so weak in the form of a main event threat to challenge Charlotte Flair. It's weak. There's no build. So you need to bring, if you're not going to build anyone up, if you've already got somebody ready-made in Alexa Bliss to challenge, it makes sense. I'd be all up for an Alexa Bliss Becky Lynch rivalry. I'd be all up for a Charlotte Flair Alexa Bliss WrestleMania moment where Bliss goes over. The possibilities are endless, but what will WWE do? I hope they don't just drop the whole gimmick, turn to the goddess gimmick and just act like it never ever happened. I hope whatever happens with Alexa Bliss, she's refreshed, she comes back in with a slight tweak, slight change, whether that be a Firefly Funhouse-esque version of her, and then a darker alter ego in the Lily in human form. That would be cool. But it genuinely is intriguing. But WWE unquestionably is missing Alexa Bliss and it's missing Bray Wyatt. That is for sure. Thank you so much for watching the video. It'd be awesome to hear your thoughts and opinions. As always, get down in the comments section. When and how would you like to see Alexa Bliss return to WWE? Do you think Bray Wyatt's ever going to come back to WWE? Separate little question for you. Would you reckon? I can't see it. I think too many bridges have been burnt there. I'd love to see it, but I can't see it. Thank you so much. It'd be awesome if you could like the video, share the video, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you in another video.